What's going on, everybody? Sonar here, and for this outside the box, let's talk about worm hooks. You know, choosing the right worm hook is, absolutely crucial. It's one of the fundamentals when it comes to, tackle selection. And so there's two different styles of hooks that you're generally going to use for overall worm fishing. I'm not talking about drop shotting, I'm not talking about shaky heads or other specialized techniques, but that good old Texas rig. There's two different hooks that you're going to be using. There's the traditional offset shank worm hook. It's a J-bend. It's got a narrower gap. And then you also have the EWG style, the wider gap, the one that's got a super wide gap, and it still has that offset shank, but it also may be in a super line, a diameter steel as well. So these are the two basic ones that you're going to be looking at. The way that you choose one over the other is based on the soft plastics that you're using and the conditions that you're fishing. The first one, the J-bend EWG, is really well suited for very thin baits, worms, just your traditional ribbon tail worm, finesse worms, anything that has a very narrow body to it. This J-bend is going to do better for you because it's a lower profile, it comes through the cover really well, and it just doesn't look like much to the fish. It has that smaller profile, which is exactly what you want. You want it to have less of a footprint and be less visible. And a general rule of thumb is to make sure that you're using a hook that, when rigged Texas style, the gap of the hook is about twice the width of the bait. Okay, so you've got a great bite when you go to set the hook. That bait isn't balling all up on the hook and creating a mess and impeding that hook set. So that's really, really important, and the J-bend does really well with those narrower soft plastics. Next, we have the EWG. The EWG is really well suited for those bigger soft plastics, such as creature baits. Creature baits are generally a lot thicker. You can see this right here has a thicker profile. It's just a real bulky bait, and that's why EWG is the hook of choice for these wider baits, because it's about twice the width of the soft plastic itself. So you get a good solid hook set, and that soft plastic isn't going to ball up on the hook. And also something that is very popular with the EWG is it comes in a lot of different wire diameters. It comes in lighter wire for if you're fishing lighter cover, lighter line, so you get a good solid hook set with the lighter line. Or it comes in super line style, a very thick wire, heavy duty. It's well suited for fishing heavy cover, vegetation, things like that, and fishing very heavy braid or fluorocarbon line. So that essentially is the two different worm hooks that you're going to be facing the majority of the time when you're fishing a Texas rig. So choose the right hook for the right condition and the right bait, and you're going to catch more fish. I'll see you guys out in the water.